What if I told you that one of baseball's greatest players never got to show his true potential? Don Mattingly, affectionately known as Donnie Baseball, dominated the sport during his peak years, but a cruel twist of fate involving chronic injuries cut short what could have been one of the most legendary careers in baseball history. Today, we're exploring the bittersweet legacy of a man who gave everything to the game, only to have his body betray him at the height of his powers. Don Mattingly's story begins like many baseball dreams, with raw talent and unwavering determination. Drafted by the New York Yankees in the 19th round of the 1979 amateur draft, few could have predicted the extraordinary impact this unassuming player would have on America's pastime. After tearing through the minor leagues with remarkable consistency, hitting .349 in his debut season and leading various leagues in batting average, Mattingly made his major league debut on September 8, 1982. What followed was nothing short of spectacular. From 1984 to 1989, Mattingly didn't just play baseball, he redefined excellence at first base. During this golden era, he maintained a batting line of 327/372/530, translating to a 147 OPS plus, numbers that placed him among the elite players of any generation. His 1985 season stands as a masterpiece of offensive production, earning him the American League MVP award after hitting .324 with 35 home runs and a league-leading 145 RBIs, the most by a left-handed batter since Ted Williams' 159 in 1949. But Mattingly's greatness extended far beyond his offensive prowess. His defensive mastery at first base was legendary, earning him 9 Gold Glove awards, an American League record for his position. His career fielding percentage of .9959 remains one of the best in Major League history for any position, indicating he made only 4 errors per 1,000 chances. This wasn't just a statistical excellence, it was defensive artistry that complemented his hitting brilliance perfectly. The numbers from his peak years tell an incredible story. During his most dominant stretch from 1984 to 1987, Mattingly averaged 30 home runs and 46 doubles per 162 games. In 1987, he etched his name in MLB history by hitting an MLB record 6 grand slams in a single season. Remarkably, these were the only 6 grand slams of his entire career. He also tied Dale Long's record by hitting home runs in 8 consecutive games that same year. His 1986 season saw him break single-season Yankees franchise records for hits and doubles, previously held by legends Earl Combs and Lou Gehrig since 1927. However, beneath this extraordinary success lurked a devastating truth that would ultimately define Mattingly's career. The trajectory of his illustrious playing career was profoundly altered by persistent and debilitating chronic back issues. These problems began manifesting in 1987, but became particularly severe in 1990, forcing him to miss significant time. The underlying cause was eventually identified as a congenital disc deformity, a physical condition he was born with. This revelation transforms Mattingly's narrative from a typical injury story to something far more tragic. This wasn't an injury sustained during play, despite rumors of a clubhouse wrestling match that both Mattingly and former teammate Bob Shirley consistently refuted. Instead, it was an unavoidable, pre-existing physical limitation that inherently curtailed a career of immense promise. His stoicism regarding this debilitating condition, choosing not to publicly complain during his playing days and only addressing it in retirement by stating he didn't want any sympathy, further highlights his exceptional character. The impact on his performance was devastating. Early in his career, his power had developed significantly, partly due to mechanical adjustments suggested by hitting coach Lou Piniella. However, his compromised back prevented him from executing his swing with the same force and fluidity. After 1989, his batting average, while still respectable, saw a noticeable dip, and his slugging percentage began hovering around the league mean after he turned 27. This decline significantly diminished his overall value as a first baseman, a position typically associated with offensive production. The extent of this lost potential is underscored by renowned baseball statistician Bill James, who had projected that Mattingly could reach an astonishing 4,000 career hits if he remained healthy after his stellar 1986 season. He ultimately concluded his career with 2,153 hits, a stark illustration of what was lost due to his physical struggles. Before we continue exploring Mattingly's incredible journey, let me tell you about today's sponsor, FUBO. Just like Mattingly revolutionized first base defense, FUBO is revolutionizing how we watch sports. With over 100 channels including ESPN, Fox Sports, and MLB Network, you'll never miss a moment of baseball action. Whether you're analyzing defensive plays like Mattingly's Gold Glove performances or catching the latest games, Fubo delivers crystal clear streaming with no cable required. Plus, Plus, with their cloud DVR, you can record games and watch them whenever you want. Sign up today using the link in the description and get your first month for just $49.99. Despite his physical limitations, Mattingly demonstrated remarkable resilience. He continued playing with the same intense dedication, maintaining above-average performance and winning 4 additional Gold Gloves after 1990. This sustained defensive excellence after his offensive peak was curtailed by injury emphasizes that he was a truly complete player. He showed flashes of his earlier brilliance, recording 40 doubles in 1992, hitting 17 home runs in 1993, and batting .304 in the strike-shortened 1994 season. However, the chronic nature of his injury meant he averaged only 128 games per season over the final 6 years of his career. He ultimately retired prematurely at age 34 in 1995. Perhaps the most poignant aspect of Mattingly's career is that he's commonly cited as the best New York Yankees player to have never appeared in a World Series. This absence from baseball's ultimate stage is particularly heartbreaking given the Yankees' historical success. The team reached the World Series the season immediately preceding his debut in 1981, and again the season after his final game in 1996. His only postseason appearance occurred in 1995, where the Yankees were upset by the Seattle Mariners in the American League Division Series. The Hall of Fame debate surrounding Mattingly perfectly illustrates the classic peak versus longevity argument. His supporters point to his undeniably exceptional peak performance, marked by an AL MVP award, batting title, 6 consecutive All-Star selections, and record-setting defensive excellence. His character and leadership, serving as Yankees captain from 1991 through retirement, further strengthened his case, as many view him as the standard by which players should be measured. However, his career totals, 2,153 hits, 222 home runs, and 1,099 RBIs, fall short of typical Hall of Fame milestones. His career, WAR of 42.4 and JAWS score of 53.4, are generally considered below the average for Hall of Fame first baseman. Mattingly was on the baseball writers' ballot for 15 seasons, with support peaking at 28.2% in 2001, but declining to 9.1% by 2015. The Contemporary Baseball Era Committee gave him 8 of 12 needed votes in 2022. Close, but not enough. Following his playing career, Mattingly transitioned into coaching and management. He managed the Los Angeles Dodgers from 2011 to 2015, compiling a .551 winning percentage and guiding them to 3 consecutive NL West Division titles. His tenure with the Miami Marlins from 2016 to 2022 was more challenging, with a .430 winning percentage, though he earned NL Manager of the Year honors in 2020 for leading the team to an unexpected playoff berth. Mattingly's managerial philosophy reflected his era, initially perceived as old school, but gradually embracing analytics. By 2015, he stated, "If you're not using analytics as part of your decision-making process, you're a fool." However, he also expressed concerns about analytics' impact on the game's aesthetics, lamenting that baseball had become unwatchable at times due to rising strikeout rates and overemphasis on power hitting. Beyond baseball, Mattingly has made significant contributions through philanthropy. He founded Mattingly Charities in 2007, dedicated to supporting educational advancement, social development, and athletic programs for underserved youth in his hometown of Evansville, Indiana. The organization has provided over $1 million in grant donations since 2015, with increasing focus on reading programs and STEM education. This commitment to community service directly relates to the character clause often considered in Hall of Fame voting. Currently serving as bench coach for the Toronto Blue Jays, Mattingly remains actively involved in Major League Baseball. Players reportedly soak in every ounce of knowledge he shares, underscoring the enduring respect he commands within the game. His continued presence in coaching ranks demonstrates that his influence extends far beyond his playing statistics. Don Mattingly's career represents both triumph and tragedy, the triumph of exceptional talent and character, and the tragedy of unrealized potential due to circumstances beyond his control. His peak performance ranks among the greatest in baseball history, while his defensive excellence and leadership qualities exemplify everything positive about the sport. Though chronic injuries prevented him from accumulating the career totals typically associated with Cooperstown, his impact on baseball extends far beyond statistics. Whether Mattingly belongs in the Hall of Fame remains debatable, but but his legacy as Donnie Baseball is secure. He embodied consistency, grit, and defensive mastery, becoming the quintessential Yankee during challenging times for the franchise. His unwavering character, philanthropic efforts, and continued contributions to baseball ensure his place in the sport's history remains cherished and enduring. What do you think? Does Don Mattingly's peak performance and character overcome his shortened career? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Baseball Legends content.